All right, now I can't keep a straight face. I know I'm not going to be able to say this without laughing. Okay, are we ready?
We're ready.
All right, 3. All right, somebody else do the count so I don't laugh.
Hold on. I'm getting a call. This is really inconvenient. I'll do it.
Okay.
And we're rolling again. 3, 2, 1.
What is... Okay, one more time.
3, 2, 1.
I thought he was going to clap.
I thought it was too.
Okay, one more time.
3, 2, 1.
What is up, guys?
Okay, hold on. 3, 2, 1.
What is up, guys? This is Sports Entertainment Roundtable. I'm your host, Greg Knight, the Nightman. To my right here is Mr. Wrestling, the guy that's got the I'm a Paul Heyman guy t-shirt on, Mr. Gage Johnson. And to my right here is K.C. Shingleton, and he's going to tell you what his alias is for this week.
This week you can call me Wayne Adkins.
All right, cool, Wayne.
I'm also wearing a dress.
Wearing a dress.
All right, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about on this show. This is our very first episode. A lot of stuff to go over here. I guess maybe we can start with Raw Monday night. Raw live in the UK.
Before we move forward, I would like to personally thank our sponsors, who, by the way, have nothing to do with ourselves.
Auxiliary T-shirts, etc. And
Miniature Giant.
Those are our sponsors. All right.
Worst band in the world.
Oh, and by the way, I happened to see something on Twitter today. Before I get started, I just want to say this. Whoever it was that threatened William Regal and his family, if I find out who you are, I'm going to stick my foot up your ass and pull your shit out and make you eat it. All right, anyway, let's get on with that. Raw, live from the UK last Monday.
Turtle sperm.
Yeah, Ninja Turtle sperm. He's drinking Ninja Turtle sperm. Great stuff. Raw, live from the UK. Anybody want to go off on maybe one of their favorite things that happened on Monday night?
A favorite? I can't think of anything.
I'll go with the favorite. It's kind of an unpopular opinion, and that's okay. It had to either come down to Neville and Ziggler or Cena and Barrett. I do not like Cena, but that match was incredible. He played the heel. That was one thing I've always wanted to see from him. He played the heel. It was interesting. Good to see him from a different perspective.
I mean, I agree with that. I thought the match sucked. Okay, here's my take on it. John Cena, open challenge. He does that every week now with the United States title. But
I do hope that continues to run.
Somebody kick his ass and take it's what I'm hoping for. But he's John Cena. He is getting better now. He's not kicking out at 2. He's actually kicking out at like 2.5 now.
And he's added a springboard stunner.
Yeah, he's got 6 moves now.
It's
cool.
It's something. It's something.
He does it really bad, but hey, he's trying.
He's trying.
The thing that really pissed me off with the match, first of all, it's John Cena.
Right.
Second of all, the biggest thing that pissed me off, under a minute before the match even really got going, Cena rolls out of the ring to regroup. Cena doesn't need to regroup. He never got started to begin with.
Well, I really don't want to say this, but he's playing the heel, man. It's what the heel does.
I don't think John Cena knows anything about being a heel.
I don't know,
and the crappy elbow drop. Now, I love Bad News Barrett. Don't get me wrong. Worst elbow drop off the apron I've ever seen in my life. He delivered the worst
shout out
elbow.
to Bang Bang, though.
That kind of made me realize that he's kind of paying homage to the great Cactus Jack.
That's great, but basically to sum this up, the match was bullshit, in my opinion. Maybe not in yours or yours. I thought the match was bullshit.
I liked it.
4 out of 10.
Cena, Bret Hart would give it a 4 out of 10.
He would give everything a 4 out of 10.
But
except Daniel Bryan.
Cena kicks out at 2 and wins the match. Surprise.
I say I give that match an 8.5 out of 10, maybe. I loved it.
And then Rusev comes out. Lana comes up there talking on the ramp and distracting Cena. And Rusev, a guy who actually has talent, comes up from behind Cena and hits him with a chain. And they're going to have the first Russian chain match in since I think the 1970s. It was Ivan Koloff and somebody else that had it. Sometime back in the WWF, and I can't get sued for saying that. they're going to have a Russian chain match for the first time in like 36 years. That's kind of cool. That's all right.
A little bit. But you can get for free.
Yeah, at Extreme Rules. You can get Extreme Rules for free. So subscribe to the WWE Network.
Not for me. I pay $9.99.
I use my friends. I'm a dick.
To the WWE Network for $9.99.
It's free.
It's
right
free
now.
all of April.
I knocked your little remote off.
It's fine. It's fine.
Anyway, let's get to the Diva Battle Royal.
It has like seven people in it.
Well, here's the thing.
They need to rebuild that division.
I think I know Chris Jericho is real big on defending the Divas, and I know I'm not saying that they don't get in there and take bumps. They do.
No, they do. They do.
But here's the thing: there were 2 Divas in that match that had talent, and that was Paige and Naomi.
Wasn't Natalya in it?
Natalya's in it, but she's like they don't let her wrestle anymore.
All right, so here's my take. It was bullshit until the end.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was bullshit until the end whenever the 2 women who could actually wrestle were in there. When you got Paige, I mean, she's an accomplished wrestler, and she has my last name in real life.
Unrelated.
Unrelated.
But
irrelevant. Wait, irrelevant. That's a synonym for Kevin Nash.
Anyway, I got to basically to sum it up. Paige wins the Battle Royal in London. Surprise.
It's her house. She says that.
Yeah, she says that quite a bit.
It's kind of like an arena, but I feel you, Paige. It's symbolism. I get it.
And after the match, Naomi becomes a little bitch and just kind of goes crazy and attacks Paige, and she can't compete until further notice. They usually say that when you're suspended, but
I feel like they did it.
She's in her homeland.
Sympathy.
They probably gave her just a vacation. She can go home.
Yeah, but anyway, I said Naomi was being a bitch, and I mean she kind of was.
That was kind of funny.
What I'm saying, but why I said that is I like this Naomi. I like this heel turn. I think it works for her. Naomi is actually an accomplished athlete. I mean, she actually got moves.
She needs new entrance music.
Yeah.
Being stuck with the Funkadactyl thing is dumb.
Somebody called my mama.
See,
and tell them that you're in TNA now.
I like Naomi.
Yeah.
She's the first person, or diva, I should use. There's superstars and there's divas, and they're both wrestlers, but I'll call them divas. But I'll play your game, Vince. Vinnie Mac. I'll say that this is the first hand-picked diva that you've done in a long time that I'm behind. And not just because she has a nice butt. Looks like there's bowling balls in there. Jesus Christ.
What's next?
I'm not a pervert.
Did you guys? I am. Did you guys see the match with the Lucha Dragons and the Ascension? I thought it was one of the best matches of the night.
Lucha Dragons are amazing tag team.
Yeah.
I love Kalisto. I like Sin Cara now that there's a guy that can actually do the stuff.
He's not failing on every entrance, falling into the ring.
I mean, they're a good tag team. They're over with the crowd. However, I can't stand how they're treating the Ascension right now. It makes me sick.
They were a dominant tag team that went nowhere real fast.
It made me really mad, but at the same time, good match. But, why don't we do something with the Ascension? Something important.
You got talent. You got to use it.
Mm-hmm. But
don't be WCW.
If they use talent, how are they going to push Cena?
That's true.
That is TV time for that guy that's been on there for 12 years.
Yeah,
Come on,
that's
right?
true. And obviously, right after that match, WWE, gloating about the WWE Network. Obviously, this month it's free, but on a regular basis, you can subscribe to WWE Network for $9.99.
Burp 99.
Burp 99.
But anyway, the most boring segment I've seen of the whole night, and you guys will probably, this will grab you by the nuts. Roman Reigns promo, while the fans booed the hell out of him.
I didn't see that. I for some reason, was out of the room.
Probably in the bathroom.
When Big Show attacked him, they said, thank you, Big Show. Thank you.
Thank you.
But one thing I do want to hit on is, please retire. They chanted that to the Big Show. Please retire. Shouldn't that be Roman Reigns?
How long's he been there? I don't think he could retire.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is get him the hell out of there. He has no talent. He can't even cut a promo.
He shouldn't be main event right now. Maybe later down the line.
This is my opinion on Roman Reigns. I am an avid Cena hater, but not him in personal life. I actually met Cena, and he's really awesome. Had a good laugh with him, but with Roman Reigns, I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
Nobody does.
That's the thing. Like everybody I've ever talked to about Roman Reigns, unless they were a 30-year-old overweight lady, doesn't like him. So the thing that, I mean, I don't have wrestling training. I don't have a wrestling background. But what I can say is as a fan, because we all say Creed sucks, we all say Nickelback sucks, we all say that Adam Sandler movie sucks, and we're not actors. I'm a musician, I can say it. But Roman Reigns sucks. And if you want to tell me you've never been in the ring, that's okay, that's fine, but I'm entitled to my opinion. And I can't stand Roman Reigns.
What do you think about Roman Reigns?
He summed it up. Roman Reigns should not be where he's at. Maybe down the line, 2020 maybe. Right now, he's just
maybe 5'5", maybe not even 2020.
maybe.
He called Big Show a giant bitch. I mean, that's wow. I haven't heard that since like the 3rd grade.
Yeah, my thing about him is that the only way he can get a pop is if he cusses.
Yeah.
Come on, man, you're not Austin. Drop it.
And Orton came out afterwards, after the commercial. Kind of got a pop from the fans. That's kind of cool, I guess, for Randy Orton.
Yeah, lately he stepped up.
He
stepped up hard.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed with Orton. I've never been a fan of his, aside from the Legend Killer Orton.
He was in his prime. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, he's in his prime now. I said when he was a young man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when he was a younger guy. Come on, Cactus Jack versus Randy Orton at 04 Backlash. Can I get a what? That match was awesome.
It was pretty good.
So we got to give him credit. He's good at what he does. He's just really boring sometimes. And he talks
Since his break and he comes back.
He faced that one guy at WrestleMania, too, one time. That one guy. The guy with the sideburns and
who is that?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
This guy. You know, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Anyway, the match that he faced Cesaro, the match was complete bullshit, I thought. Gets a disqualification, and then the match was just all out terrible, in my opinion. It could have been better considering Cesaro is one of the greatest in-ring technicians, but the match was just
technically on point.
Kane comes out, the big corporate monster, restarts the match and makes it a 2-on-1 handicap match with Tyson Kidd.
Which I like to say Tyson Kidd is the most underrated guy on the roster.
Yeah, they don't showcase the talent that he actually has.
Absolutely, I love Tyson Kidd.
He's from the Heart Dungeon. I mean, who doesn't?
Right.
I mean, Tyson Kidd versus Neville back in NXT for those battles, incredible.
But even after they made it a 2-on-1 handicap match, the match was still bullshit. It was terrible.
Yeah, the thing is, we all saw what they were doing. They were trying to build up Randy Orton because he's in the main event. Oh, he beat 2 people at one time.
I remember he did that to Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase at WrestleMania 26. WrestleMania 26.
Yeah,
that was actually a good match.
I don't even remember that happening.
Adam Rose versus Dean Ambrose.
All right, so look, this is something that touches me personally, and I got to talk about this. Ambrose, single-handedly, in my opinion, the most talented guy on the roster. I'm not going to say it. I was going to say the F word. I'm not going to say it. He has a fantastic following. He can come out and grab a microphone and say, hey guys, I took a shit and it was green today. And everybody's going to stand up and cheer because he's Ambrose. He can wrestle, he can talk, the character's there. And he's doing squash matches against a guy that no one gives a shit about. While Roman Reigns is riding the wave to the top.
Has a crush on a bunny.
Yeah.
I guess the Rosebuds weren't behind him then either.
Anyway, I'm a Lennon, by the way.
I just thought that the match was surprisingly long for an Adam Rose match.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a squash match for Ambrose because Ambrose is always on fire. He's always intense in everything he does.
Mm-hmm.
And Stardust versus Fandango followed that one up. Wasn't? I mean, the match I thought was a waste of time, but Hey, da 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 da.
Fandango's back, and that's
he's
cool.
back. Yeah, that's all right.
That's the best part of that segment.
Yeah.
Match sucked.
He dumps Rosa Mendez.
Yeah, that one girl that like isn't important.
New and improved Fandango is back to the actual good Fandango.
Maybe he can be a face now.
And then the match that was really, this whole thing was just bad. Seth Rollins and Kane, that whole ordeal. What do you think about that?
If you're looking at it from a match standpoint, it's bad. If you're looking at it from a storytelling aspect, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to make Seth Rollins look like that cowardly heel champion, and he's doing a great job at it. He did better than that one guy with the sideburns. Brock Lesnar, yeah, that guy. But anyway, great storytelling aspect. They're about to turn him back into the monster, I feel. I can only hope. Mm-hmm. Keep that stupid mask off him. I'm sorry. He took it off. There's no point in putting it back on him.
No.
So
hell, he was worse without it than he was with it when he first took it off. He was worse. I mean, he was more of a monster in 2003 when he took it off.
Yep.
He
was sadistic.
But basically to sum this up, I mean, if Orton won his match, so he got to choose the stipulation for Extreme Rules for him and Rollins match. But basically what this was if Seth Rollins won his match, he'd get to choose a stipulation as well as Randy Orton. And they both did. We'll get to that in a minute. But Kane chokeslams Rollins, and he's kind of hesitant at first, but he chokeslams Rollins, then pulls him on top of him, I guess, because he wanted to kiss Triple H's ass. That's okay.
It's just a cock tease for him to turn face, and that's cool by me.
Right.
I'm behind it.
The Miz and Damien Mizdow or Sandow? I think we might see Sandow come back now. What do you think?
think so.
I hope so.
They're going to keep that running. He's going to stay Mizdow. He's going to keep the entrance. He's going to keep everything for the foreseeable future. So
I like Mizdow. I liked him when he was the stunt double. I liked him when he wasn't the stunt double. I like him now.
He's talented.
He's very talented. Of course he had to give up the briefcase to Cena, but it's Sandow.
Can't beat Cena.
Sandow needs to come back. Make him a face. And watch him run. That guy can do magic. I'm telling you, man. Like, I love Sandow. I have ever since he came out.
Yeah, I've been a follower ever since he was there. I mean, he's the savior of the masses. I mean,
he's
not now, but I mean,
he can be.
He could be with one quick snap of the fingers. He could be.
Go back to the pink.
I think I think honestly the best part of the match was that night.
What's that?
Summer Rae's legs. That was probably the best part of the night. The best. I mean, that whole thing. I mean, Summer Rae's not the most attractive woman in the world.
She's like Squidward.
But her legs are amazing, and her legs look great there.
Yeah, I know. They're all like 5 inches long. 5 inches around.
But decent match, but fast. I mean, it wasn't a long one, but it was a good match. They could both work all right. Luke Harper and Ryback. Maybe one of the worst matches I've ever seen.
And that's bad because Luke Harper can have a good match with a mop.
He could. Luke Harper has the talent.
And I'm really mad at Luke Harper. I can't even talk.
It's that Ninja Turtle sperm.
Yep. It's kind of thick. It's messing up my throat.
But basically, Ambrose comes out and beats the hell out of Harper. Payback for studying to that ladder through WrestleMania.
I really hope this is going to lead to a match in Extreme Rules between those two. Because I love those two wrestlers.
And again, let's talk about Naomi again. Did that backstage interview.
Missed it.
Missed it.
I seen it. It wasn't 4 out of 10.
She's
not even that.
4 out of 10.
But I like Naomi as a heel, like I said.
Yeah.
She's good. Got great things to say.
It'll progress.
Dolph Ziggler issues his open challenge. Mr. British guy as well. Adrian Neville comes out.
Look.
Best match of the night.
You mean Neville?
Adrian Neville, that's what I said.
Neville,
that's what I said.
You said Adrian Neville.
Okay, look, I want to say this.
Dropped his first name.
If NXT, if you come from NXT, The first rule of NXT, they drop your first name. Why?
I would like to know the answer to that.
It's stupid.
I mean,
They've cut Rusev. They've cut
Cesaro.
They've cut Cesaro.
if Regal comes back,
He's going to be Regal.
He's just gonna be Regal. If JBL decides to wrestle again, he'll be John
Layfield. He'll be Layfield.
Or he could be Justin Hawk Bradshaw. Let's bring him back.
Let's not do that, please.
Well, they have Zeb Coulter there. Why don't they just make him Uncle Zebediah and put him with Justin Hawk Bradshaw?
Why don't we just
Pretend it's 96.
Yeah, let's do it.
But that DDT that Dolph Ziggler did in that match.
Everything that Dolph Ziggler
Yeah, but that DDT, I mean, that's wrestling 101 right there. Take some lessons from that, Cena. Choke on that, slap nuts. Quote Jeff Jarrett.
Look, Ziggler, I'm going to revoke my last statement of Cena and Barrett being match of the night. That goes to Ziggler and Neville. They clash so well. And I really hope that Neville does all kinds of cool shit and becomes like the first British-born WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Not to mention he's like my height too.
That's the only thing that kind of stops him.
I don't even...
From a Vince standpoint.
Well, he's gonna die in like a week anyway. If he dies in a week, I'm gonna feel so bad. But it's either A, retire, or B, die. I mean, seriously.
Vince doesn't die. Vince McMahon never does. She's kind of like Charlie Sheen. Anyway,
you're like a guy with no hands. You're out of touch.
Seth Rollins. Let's talk about that Seth Rollins and Randy Orton segment.
Lazy boy.
At the end of Raw. He had the lazy boy, yeah.
Glad it made
Gotta love
its
Rollins.
appearance.
Yeah, come out in the lazy boy.
And then he said no, RKO, and I was like, you're a genius.
Yeah, that was pretty smart. He banned the RKO from their match Extreme Rules, but Randy Orton maybe turned it around on him and said, we'll do it inside of the steel cage where I don't have to use the RKO.
And you want to know what's going to happen?
Doesn't help him at all.
Exactly. They're going to climb over the cage.
Yeah, then there'll be 3-on-1. J&J Security gets into the ring. 3-on-1.
But there's an upside. There's an upside to this match. That's that Seth Rollins is main event. Yeah. Seth Rollins is the man.
And it's for free. Seth Rollins for free.
If you hate Seth Rollins, it's because he's doing his job right.
But basically, what happened was after that whole thing, Orton, it ends up in a fight. Orton just beats the shit out of J&J, and Rollins escapes and with the title, and that was the end of Raw. I needed some Tylenol after that bullshit.
I see what they're doing.
But
we're gonna do Ric Flair and drop some elbows on.
I have misplaced something here. Excuse me, y'all can keep talking.
What's the next topic we're gonna cover?
While you're looking, you want to give us some insight into NXT.
Yeah, tell us what happened in NXT Wednesday.
That's my baby. NXT is where I find all of my wrestling pleasures. We all have that one place we go for wrestling. And I go for NXT because NXT is the most hard-hitting, high-octane professional wrestling around. So let's talk about NXT.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So Solomon Crowe versus CJ Parker. Man, why'd they let CJ go? Sorry, it breaks my heart.
He asked for it.
I guess. He did? He really?
He did. He asked for his release.
Wow.
He said that he wants to just start at the bottom and work his way up. He wants that indie feel.
That's incredible.
There's nothing wrong with that. I respect him very well for doing that. Yeah.
But CJ Parker versus Solomon Crowe. First of all, if you don't know who Solomon Crowe is, that was bullshit.
That was Solomon Crowe.
That was Solomon Crowe. He did that. He hacked my iPhone. But no, what we need to do here is talk about Solomon Crowe. Solomon Crowe, if you don't know who he is, get out from underneath the rock. Solomon Crowe was Sami Callihan in the Indies, and I saw him wrestle from me to Gage at the Nitro Community Center years and years ago. And now he's on NXT. So that match, 4-star quality. I can't say 5, but it was 4-star quality, really intense, really high-impact stuff. And not to mention, who does a splash onto somebody's leg? That's what he did. That's so unique.
Innovative.
Yeah. God.
AKA Torture Rack.
No.
No. That's the
Kind
leg. It's the leg. But he took him up for the stretch muffler, and God, he makes it look good. So, not to mention Solomon Crow's theme song, incredible. You guys have any thoughts on Solomon Crow, CJ Parker, or did you not get to catch it?
I watched him wrestle with Sammy Callahan before on YouTube. I've seen some of his stuff. He's a great worker in the ring, great talent.
I think he's incredible.
I haven't yet seen him work as Solomon Crow, but I know who he is. I mean, nothing. Only thing that changes is the name, and when Vince gets a hold of him, maybe your whole operation.
But that's the thing, he hasn't changed at all except for the fact that he's a hacker. So I got to say this about Solomon Crow. If this somehow gets around and somebody listens to this, it's important. A lot of people are talking about bringing back the Switchblade Conspiracy, John Moxley and Sami Callihan. But don't do that. You know what you need to do? Make a feud. You want gold? That's gold.
Ultimate Warrior and Sting did it.
Yeah.
Basically, we were going to cover, Gage here was going to cover Impact Wrestling.
I tried.
On Destination America, which nobody gets, by the way. That's why nobody's watching. But
that's not why. It's because it sucks.
But Gage, tell us what you had to say about Impact Wrestling.
We scrolled maybe through, 20, 30 minutes of it?
Maybe
One
not
match.
even
One
that.
match.
Yeah.
And it had the Hardys in it. That's all I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
So let's move on.
Yeah, let's move
I
on.
do want to say this.
Okay,
I would like to say this about Impact Wrestling. We are going to do a show at some point on can Impact Wrestling be saved or not.
Don't give your opinions.
Well,
No
only thing
opinion
I'm going to
said.
say is,
Tune in.
I'll sum it up by saying this. Well, I do want to say this, is it's not important. You can probably quit that.
Would you quit?
Nobody's watching Impact Wrestling.
Not even the people that were in the arena for the taping.
No.
That's why the arena's
No.
dark. Because they don't want people to know there's no fans in there. Anyway,
Let's get back to NXT.
Okay.
There's more matches.
Right.
First of all, when I say Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy,
Hands down the greatest.
Yeah.
Greatest. Their intro, their look, their theme song, their
their
talent.
mic skills.
Mic skills.
Oh,
Number
The
one.
spectacular vernacular. When he said that, I was like, you. And then
This is a real MVP.
they killed those other two guys nobody's ever heard of. And then it was a squash match, but you know what? It doesn't matter. They're trying to build up those two to go and face. Who's the tag team? Oh, yeah, those two guys that look like incest hillbilly cousin fuckers. With the bad dubstep theme song. You know?
Oh,
At least they have matching gear.
yeah.
Back on that.
Blake
Yeah,
and Murphy.
that
I know
makes
their
them-
name. I'm
yeah,
being a
yeah.
dick.
That makes them
Oh,
a
wow.
tag team because they wear the same colors.
Cool. I do not like Blake and Murphy. I feel like it's probably because they use dubstep, and dubstep sounds like shit. But remember, I'm allowed to say that. But let's move on. Dana Brooke versus Blue Pants. Was not a fan of Dana Brooke. I was really hyped. Thought she was going to be something cool, and then, she wasn't. That's the first time I've ever said anything bad about NXT. But it's okay, because it got redeemed shortly after. You guys know what followed? Sami Zayn versus Rhino. You want to talk about a match?
That was a good match. I've seen that.
You want to talk about a match? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Sami Zayn. Let's talk about Rhino. That match was beyond a 5-star quality match.
I would agree.
It was incredible. If there's any way you break that system, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Rhino's been around for how long? Rhino can do whatever the hell he wants. He's
Rhino to come back to NXT.
Yeah. He's. I like what he's
hell.
doing. He's working to put over talent. That's what you're supposed to do, Hulk Hogan.
Seeing that.
Orton.
But yeah, I mean, that match was really good. I actually caught that. Sami Zayn, which a.k.a. El Generico.
No. Two different people.
Yeah. Swear it's not the same person.
It's not.
No.
El Generico is in Mexico with the orphans.
Of course.
Anyway, whatever his name is, whoever he is, great match, like K.C. said, beyond 5-star quality.
My favorite part of that match was the fact that he was going for the gore, and I was like, no! I love Rhino, okay, but Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn was about to get gored, and I was like, no, you can't do this! And then, he moved out of the way, and then Huluva kick, and I was like, oh, God, yes. But also, where is Finn Balor? I realize that you can't showcase everybody because it's only an hour, but he should be on there every time.
He's actually on the tour, the UK tour. He's taking Neville's spot to finish that out. So he's over there with them on like the Raw live shows. So he's doing big things.
Okay, that question is answered. Finn Balor is going to be the next big thing.
Mark our words.
That is a bold prediction. But he's got the wrestling ability. He's got the look. He's got the enigmatic personality. To
Showmanship,
capture.
Is there.
Like, that entrance is beautiful. And then when he does the war paint, he's going to be the next big
thing. You gonna have an orgasm?
Yeah, I am going to have an orgasm because this is the first time I've ever been captivated by an entrance.
I'd like to give a shout out to Impress Pro, who followed me on Twitter and sent me a message. It's all UK. It's a promotion over in the UK. It's all female wrestling organization.
Tell Michelangelo I need more.
Anyway, they gave me a shout out on Twitter. I gave them a shout out back and watched their trailer on YouTube. I was very impressed. So Impress Pro, you guys keep doing what you're doing. Some of the best female wrestling I've ever seen. I know it seems like I talk a little bit about female wrestling, but I'm a pervert, so excuse me. But let me just say this. I love women's wrestling when it's wrestling. Like all these models in the WWE that dance around and shake their stuff and all the time, you know, that's well and okay. But
if I want that, I want
if you want to call yourself a wrestler, you know, you got Shimmer and you've got Shine, you've got Impress Pro and all WSU, all those organizations. You're looking at people like, you know, Taylor Wilde, aka Chantel Taylor. You know, you're looking at what's her name? Help me out here.
I'm not in your brain. I don't know.
What's her name? The one out of the.
You know, what's her name from the Green Animals?
Damn it! It's on the tip of my tongue anyway. Forget it. Yeah, you got a lot of great female wrestlers out there. I'm kind of like we've been doing this for like 30 minutes. My brain's kind of dead right now. But anyway, what I'm saying is basically to sum this up, Alicia, that's her name. To sum this up, you've got women in the ring that are wrestling, and to me that is sexy. When they know a wrist lock from a wristwatch, that is hot. Keep doing it.
I gotta say this, okay? When the girls come out on WWE and they're like, look at me, I'm cute, I'm sexy. Look, if I want sexy, I'll watch porn. Okay? I'm there to watch wrestling. So quit.
But the guys watch it for... Or the
we need Ole Anderson. And I say quit that shit.
The women watch it for the men. Why can't the men watch it for the women?
But hey, we always talk about... I mean, we've been friends for years.
Yeah.
We've always talked about how women are the reason, like, that stupid people are on top, like Roman Reigns and Cena. We can't be that double standard, man. We've got to fight it. Like, if I want an erection, I watch porn. If I want to watch hard-hitting wrestling, I watch wrestling.
Speaking of mixing porn with wrestling and all kinds of stuff that has nothing to do with wrestling, did y'all see Vince Russo's new show, The Swerve? On YouTube?
That was a good one.
Did y'all see that?
I have not seen that.
It's actually not a bad show. He interviews Vince Russo lives off of what he did 17 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We're still talking about it now.
Mm-hmm.
So you have not seen Vince Russo's show.
It's because he's irrelevant.
I have not.
Why don't Kevin Nash have a show called Nash's Nuts or something?
Why don't we do this, okay? Why don't we just take Kevin Nash right here.
Got
We'll
it.
take Hulk Hogan right here. Take Scott Hall. We'll put him into a garbage compactor. And we'll stop taking up television time that should be for younger talent on WrestleMania for a match that would have been cool 15 years ago.
Yeah, but Brock Lesnar, though, called Hulk Hogan an old man.
Because he is an old man.
Is Brock Lesnar not an old man?
No.
He's only in like his 30s.
He's almost 40.
Almost.
He's not an old man. That's
Hogan's
middle
like
age.
74.
You want to know who's an old man? Sting.
I'm not 40.
Triple H.
You're not 40.
Triple H is 45.
But no.
Triple H is 45.
Mm-hmm.
Sting is 55. This match of the century.
Literally.
Can you do math?
Yeah.
Came up to 100. So here, my point is, it would have been so much cooler 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm. It would have, yeah.
But now
it
it's
could have been
irrelevant.
done 15 years ago.
NWO's been dead for how long? DX hasn't been cool for how long?
NWO for life.
Life.
For life.
Should be called the Old World Order.
See, people still
I
do
hated
it.
the NWO. I just don't get it.
You always hated the NWO?
I always did. I never got it.
Brother.
Touche.
Never got it. I didn't even, I kind of like
brother.
DX because I was like 5 when it came out.
Because you got to tell people to suck it.
No, because they were like
That's
dick
right.
jokes. And I was like, penis.
Brother, that's not cool, brother.
No. And The Rock is a faggot.
You can't do that, brother. You can't do that, brother.
Let's talk about UFC. Can we talk about UFC?
Let's talk about UFC.
Did anybody cover UFC? Can you do that?
I can, but not this week.
Didn't watch UFC.
I didn't.
That's really bad for ratings.
Yeah, I don't want to
Sorry.
cover UFC because it's fake. Come on, it's all scripted. It's not legitimate. I mean, pro wrestling is legitimate competition.
Wrestling is real. People are fake.
Still real to me, damn it.
Come on, man. It's real.
It's real. It's real, brother.
UFC's fake.
It's real, brother.
All right, let's bring up this topic. It's a little impromptu. It's not on the notes.
All right,
But let's
brother.
bring it up. Let's talk about CM Punk.
All right, dude.
Do it.
I want to talk about CM Punk.
All right, brother.
First of all, if we had like the nice production quality and like all that, I feel like it would be like right here on my face, and that's what I'm imagining. But I want to talk about Punk. He comes out and says that pro wrestling is fake. I'm going to revoke my last statement. We all know that it's not legitimate. Everybody knows it. Okay? Everybody.
Yes. It's an art.
And the thing is, he went to where? Somebody. Where did he go?
He went to
UFC.
mixed martial arts, yeah.
He went to UFC.
Yeah.
So he's in UFC. What do UFC fans say about wrestling? It's fake.
Every day. They say it's fake.
Every
What
damn
happened?
day.
What happened when Punk went to UFC? Everybody was like, "Oh, stupid fake wrestler," and he was like, "Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to talk shit about wrestling. It's a publicity stunt." That's what he's doing. He's trying to get everybody to get on his side on the UFC thing.
Yeah.
That's
For
what
sure.
it is.
CM Punk can do whatever the hell he wants, though.
CM Punk can do whatever the hell he wants. And everyone's like, "Oh, he's ungrateful, man. They made him a dumb, blah, 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 blah. Kmart made me a cashier. Do I have to be grateful?" Jeez.
Yeah.
Dollar General made me an assistant manager. I'm grateful for that, but
I'm not grateful to be making chump change, to be yelled at by fat rednecks all day.
oh, by the way, this is kind of off topic, but I do want to say one thing, okay?
Uh-oh.
I would like to say this. This has nothing to do with our show. This is me personally. This is fucking real. So listen up for a second. And I don't care if anybody knows out there on YouTube or whatever. You know, you don't know who I am. You don't know anything about my life. I'm going to tell you about it. Okay? I started working in a place called Tudor's Biscuit World.
God damn it.
In 2010. Okay? I busted my ass there. And I got promoted to a kitchen manager, I should say. I was a kitchen manager, okay? Then, I went to work at a place called Speedway. I worked my way up from the bottom, working on the midnight shift, okay? And got all the way up to a shift leader, okay? I was a shift leader. I left Speedway to go to a place called Gino's Pizza, which Tudor's Biscuit World and Gino's Pizza are a franchise around West Virginia. They suck. But I was an assistant manager for Gino's. I was an assistant manager for Little Caesars, okay? I went to work at AutoZone, and I was an assistant manager there, and my manager said, "You're not management material. You'll never be anything." Okay? Well, why the hell did I get a job at Dollar General as an assistant manager if I'm never going to be anything? Fuck you, Basil Allen.
All right, so here's the deal.
Okay, I just had to get that off.
He said that, and this is related. I've got
That was heated.
That was real, ladies and gentlemen. That was real.
That's a shoot.
Let's talk about this.
Let's talk about this.
Okay, you guys talk about that. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Shut up.
We'll have to pay
You're
for
ruining
that.
the surprise.
It's hacking your phone again.
It's actually mine.
Oh, okay. That's good.
But you guys talk about that. How do you think? What do you feel, Greg? I feel like I have a song that's related.
Do you?
It's very relevant to the situation.
All right, let's hear it.
It's called What the Fuck Is Wrong with People.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with people? But yeah,
I made that the other night.
that's what I'm saying. But anyway, guys, anybody else got anything they want to say to close out the show? We're about out of time. I can't even talk anymore.
Yeah, I'll say this. If you don't support indie wrestling, if you don't go to your local indie shows, which I mean I don't always get to, I'm kind of without a car, but if you don't actually make it to these shows and you call yourself a wrestling fan, you're a fucking idiot. Support indie wrestling. Support good indie wrestling. There is a such thing as bad.
Mm-hmm. There is.
But good indie wrestling should be supported. Here in West Virginia, we have good organizations like All Star Wrestling. We have good organizations such as IWA East Coast. We have to support these places because if WWE's our only option, it's going to get boring.
I used to work for IWA East Coast. I was a concession guy. Huh.
And
anybody else do that? Anybody else got that on their credentials?
I don't.
Yeah, I do.
I've ran music for a company. I don't remember which one it was. Yeah. But here's what I gotta say. Here's my last one, my closing thoughts. You like music? Bet you do. Go to miniature-giant.bandcamp.com/releases for some free music. That's right, I said free. For the Superhero Chronicles EP. Recorded in Canada. Do I need to say any more? In the same studio as the Flatliners. If anybody from Canada is watching, you know who the Flatliners are. We recorded in the same place. You gotta go check it out. Go check it out now!
And for all your coolest T-shirts and miscellaneous merchandise, go to auxiliarytshirts.com.
Also, Free Charles Manson. I don't know how to turn it off.
You just hit the stop.
That one?
Yep.
Okay, bye, guys!